Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for the invites. Thank you so very much. Olivia, thank you for the applause. Welcome, my dear. Welcome, Julie, Holly Bliss, the Raptor. Thank you, Bella, for the 2030. Hey, Marianne, how you doing? Thank you for the invite. Hey, Robin. You're doing good, Marianne. Awesome. We're going to begin momentarily. If you've not shared the broadcast out, please share it out. It'd be greatly appreciated. Hey, Genesis, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. This is going to be a long one, but it's going to be a good one. I think a lot of people need to hear today's message. Thank you for the 10, Marianne. If you are here watching on YouTube, please click the link in the bottom in the description if you'd like to chat over on YouNow. Because I can't see your comments.
Are you ready? Are you ready? You're watching YouNow's hottest talk show, coming to you live from Manhattan, New York City, with your host, Mathew Williams Media, bringing you superior content that will sure to amaze. And now, sit back, relax, and grab that drink. Definitive Talk is live in 3, 2, 1. It's showtime.
All right, everybody, welcome. Today is going to be probably a 45-minute talk, maybe. Hold up, I need a drink first. Okay, hurry. Get that drink, hurry. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, because hold on to your diapers, babies. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Just saying. You will. Okay, Genesis has got her drink. Everybody else ready? How is everybody doing today on this fine Monday morning? The day I go back to work. So, me? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go to work, but I have to. I mean, I can't stay out forever. I mean, I could, right? I mean, let's be honest. I could if I wanted to. But if I want to live where I live and, not going to happen. All right, I guess you better be doing all right. Listen, Missy, I may be hyper. Well, good, because this is a hyper talk today. Hyper talk. Because we're guilty of all of it. And if we're not guilty, we need to be. Just saying. Okay, so as you saw by the notice that went out, the banner, I believe, what did the banner say again? Jesus. Hitting rock bottom to achieve greatness. I know that sounds pretty weird, but yeah, there is a concept behind it, because a lot of people, they don't hit rock bottom, right? And that is the problem. And you're probably thinking, okay, is he on crack? Well, probably, but no. This is a real thing. So, I mean, here's a painful truth, okay? Most people that have dreams, dreams, they never come true, right? Right, Robin. And, it's not because they're not working hard to achieve, the dreams that you have. It's not because they're not worthy or they're not good. It's the simple reality that the things that you are dreaming about are hard as hell to accomplish. Right? So if you want to accomplish them, let me tell you one thing right now. You cannot ever be passive. And let's be honest, most people, that's the posture that they're in all the time, right? Just, if it happens, well, how come they got it? Thank you for the 400 kells. Okay, so as you go through your journeys here, there's going to be people that are going to tell you terrible advice. Like they're going to say to you, be patient. But the reality is, you can't be patient. Not if you want to achieve at the highest level. And if patience is your thing, if you want to chill, if you want to relax, that is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. There is no moral obligation that, you have to aim high, or there's no moral obligation if you want to be one of the greatest. But let me tell you right now, if you want to be one of the greatest of all time, the reality is you're fighting an uphill battle. Now, I know it sounds negative, but hear me out. The reality is you're going to have to go so hard to make that a reality that other people simply cannot imagine working that hard for anything in their life. That's the simple truth. And once you realize that the people that achieve at the highest level, they have one thing in common. They bury anybody with work. They put so much energy into what they're going to actually try to accomplish that other people simply fall by the wayside. Thank you for the 10. Doing good, Daniela. Okay, so who do you want to become? And at what price are you willing to pay to get there? Okay, potato, what price are you going to pay to get there? You see, people simply can't imagine trying to keep up with that. And so what they say is that person's extraordinary. What they say is that person is naturally talented. What they tell themselves is that person has something they don't have. Because what they don't want to do is face the hard truth. That the dreams that they have aren't coming true simply because they're not making the right decisions. They're not pushing themselves to learn. So once you embrace this whole thing and the fact that you're hopelessly average, that's where we all start. The greatest piece of rules that I can give you is that you are hopelessly average. And you can become anything that you want to become. But you've got to put in the inhuman amount of work to improve. But if you focus on that, if you focus on improving, then your dreams really can become reality. But it has to be this aggressive posture. It has to be waking up every day and asking yourself one simple question. How do I get better today than I was yesterday? And let's be honest, how many people actually get up in the morning and say, oh, what can I do today? Make me better than yesterday. Probably no one said that today. But if you are focused on that, if that is the driving thing, that you don't worry about whether or not you're good or great or talented, and you just worry about, am I getting better today than I was yesterday? Am I putting in that kind of energy? Am I working hard enough to get better? Am I working hard enough to outperform other people? Am I willing to hold myself to this high standard? So if you're willing to do that and be real with yourself about whether or not you're making progress, then your dreams can really come true. So ask yourself, who do you want to become? What price are you willing to pay for it? Because that is the ultimate question. It's so easy and people just pass it by every day because it's too hard. They don't want to do it. Who knows who C.S. Lewis is? Oh my God, you all should know who C.S. Lewis is. Oh my Lord, no one? Nobody knows? How about, who knows the story, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Oh my God. Yes, Kells does. Marianne says a writer, correct. He said hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. People look at their past to decide who they are, who they can be. The problem is people mistake difficulties, suffering, pain, or being bad or being less than, and it erodes their sense of self-esteem, their self-worth. But nothing can be more opposite of that truth. And no matter what you've gone through or how hard, it's all shaping you into the person that you can become. All of it. It makes you tougher. It's literally in the difficulties that define who you are, how resilient you are, how independent, and how tough you are. You see, it's going to serve you as you move forward. You got to know how to think about it. So whatever you've been through, all of it is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and get better. But you got to use it to shape yourself. You have to lean into it. It's all serving you. So if you're saying that bad things happen to me because of what I've done, and that makes me a bad person, then none of it's going to help you. It's all going to go backwards. It's all that pressure that's going to push you backward. So put it behind you, let it push you forward, no matter what's happened to you. There was a guy named David Livingston that said, I'll go anywhere provided it be forward. So even when you're making mistakes, you're falling down, it's an opportunity, a lesson. Even when you run and stumble, you trip and you go across the pavement, you're still moving forward. As long as you get back up, dust yourself off, and keep going, it doesn't matter you fell, that you made a mistake. The only thing that matters is how do you think about it? Do you let it be something that moves you backwards? At least you were going. At least you tried. At least you're willing to take a risk. And that's where a lot of people fail because they don't want to take a risk and put themselves out there. They only see the failure that they've done. And it's really easy. I know you heard it 1,000 times. People are telling you this, that failure is a part of the learning process. But you know what? So is a voice that says that you're unworthy. But it's up to you to decide to ignore that voice. But you got to prove that voice wrong. And it's easier said than done. And yes, each and every one of us has to do things to be worthy of loving ourselves. We have to take that leap of faith, be willing to look at our inadequacies, and get up and do ourselves a service. And you do owe yourself that. If you do that, you don't need to have extraordinary accomplishments. You just need to know that when you fall, you're going to get back up and keep moving forward. People have given up in the past, and once you know that every day is a day and it's an opportunity, that's all you need to know. Just do something better today that you've done yesterday. And you got to make that commitment to yourself. If you commit to loving yourself, despite everything that's happened to you up until this point, imagine what your life can be. But it's a simple decision, simply to move forward. That's what a lot of people don't do. You've heard that knowledge is power. It's because when you accumulate it, it gives you the ability to do more. You become capable. You bring knowledge into your life to transform what you want to manifest into the world. The ability to close your eyes, imagine a world, and then open it and make that world come true. But the thing that holds people back is their own ego. Epictetus said one cannot learn what they think they already know. And you get in trouble because people like the feeling that they know something. You want to sink into that feeling, and that's where people start to go wrong. Because we can't possibly know everything. But in that, truth too is a trap. When you begin to feel you know something, you want that more and more. Socrates, he said it as well. So, what do you do? What do you do? As long as you're learning and you become more capable, and just know that there's more that you can learn, then you're moving in the right direction. And there's some people that cannot accept any other vision of themselves except of the master. And the master, it's going to fail. You see it every day. You see the people that are trying to do wrong, and it comes back really quick. Hey, very nice. Hey, Chef Tanner. It's simple. It's simple. The whole concept. So, put in the chat if there are people that had an idea when they were younger what they wanted to be. What was it? See, there's power in knowing nothing when your pursuit is to know everything. What is it you guys wanted to do? You wanted to be a pet groomer? Okay. A writer and an actress and a singer? Okay. YouTuber and good at art. See, all of this stuff is good. It's all attainable. A veterinarian and a writer. All obtainable. All attainable. But you know people just as well as I do. But later in high school, I realized I'm better with children, so now I'm going to college. Awesome. Awesome. These are all good things, and all good things to grab a hold of and move forward with. But you know people just as well as I do that their biggest downfall is they cannot accept criticism, to look at what they're doing wrong. They're not willing to admit that everything is their fault. If they would change that, it would change everything. The only difference between feedback and criticism is how you hear it. And y'all know people, because we could pick people out and put a whole list in here who that is. And then now look at those people and see, where are they? How far have they gone? You know? So what you do is all a decision on your part. See, you decide what to hear and what to take away from it. They can't victimize you because it's a choice whether or not to play the victim. And people can get really offended when you try to give them good criticism because they think they know everything. If you really want to do something, you've got to jump headlong into the difficulties, because that's where your greatness comes from. Now, this week, I'll give you an example, okay? This week that passed, for me, was probably one of the toughest ever. I'm faced with a decision that I have to make that is so tough. I have been frozen in time thinking about it. See, I can't do anything else but think about this decision and wonder where the road will lead. And it's the first time that I've had no idea what the answer actually is. Hold on, let me just, okay. And I don't know, and I'm sure you guys have probably been faced with a similar type of situation. Or you could actually be facing it right now. Once you make this tough decision, you will hit rock bottom for a little while. But that's where it all starts to go to the other direction. Thank you for the invite. Because from this frightening place is one of the greatest things you'll ever experience. It is of beginning your life again from the rock bottom. So the worst thing you can do is stay there and not be the person you were created to be, or making that decision. I'm in so much trouble. Okay, she's not here now. So, as we said 2 weeks ago, you can't give up. You have to make the decisions, and you have to pick yourself up and move forward, because that's the only thing that you can do. And I know there's people that have gone through similar stuff like this. You're sitting there, you don't know what decision to make, but make it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. Either way, both of them are going to move you forward, because you've learned from one and you've also learned from the other. So that is my message to you this week. Who else is here? Oh,